about how we all live our lives, because there's something I have to remind myself of constantly. And that is that just because someone has chosen to live their life differently than you doesn't mean that that is a direct attack on how you choose to live your life. If that makes sense. And I think of it this way. There are so many people out there who, choose to happily be Christian, or choose to, their faith finds them differently than paganism, witchcraft, alternative spirituality, I guess you could say. And that's okay, as long as they're not attacking you about yours, right? Like, just because I choose to be a witch, and just because I have fallen into this craft, and I am using my abilities to invoke my own will and things of this nature onto the universe, and to help bring in things into my life, and to manifest the best things that I can while preventing the things I do not wish to happen, doesn't mean that I see people who are not witches, or who are not choosing to take on the word as wrong or less than, right? Like, you do you, boo-boo. I don't care what you do. I'm just doing what I like to do best. I don't know, I had to check myself a bit, because I was watching some videos more about law of attraction, high vibration, because sometimes it's just good to go back to things of that nature for me, because I can get a little bit negative and spirally, and after a bunch of dreams and weird things that were happening, and things I'm going to have to dive in deeper to with my astral, and probably some journaling, a lot of other inner reflection work. So I was trying to lift myself up, and I was watching a lot of these videos about abundance and how people were doing these moon rituals, full moon, new moon rituals. But they were very quick to say these are not witchcraft, do not worry about that, even though they had a candle and they were writing down things on a piece of paper and they were charging the candle up by the light of the moon. I'm like, if it looks like a witch and talks like a witch, is it not a witch? And I was like, well, if that's not their word, then why do you care? Why do you care if they feel the need to say, don't worry, it's not witchcraft? In some respects, I had to be like, hey, like, check yourself for a second there. Like, does it really matter if they are doing the exact same thing that will help bring them love and light and bring more abundance into their lives? And if they just don't want to associate what they are doing with the word witchcraft, even if everything and every part of that associates so well for me with the word witchcraft, why does it matter? And them choosing not to do the word is not necessarily an ill reflection on what I choose, because I'm embodying that word. Because at the end of the day, a lot of what those, if you broke down the ritual they were sharing and the ritual that I do in my life, a lot of times on the moon, to bring in abundance, to tap into the things, and to tap into new starts in the new moon and things of that nature, that it's the same thing. We both light a candle under the moon. We both do these things, and it rubbed me the wrong way for a second. And I was like, why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say it's not witchcraft? Why did you have to caution like it's not witchcraft? And I have to remind myself, not everyone looks at witchcraft the way I do. And it's okay if they don't. And I can't take a place of judgment just because I have taken on this word and is fantastic. And the word does not just hold my definition for it. Words have multiple definitions, even though we kind of like to take on a consensus of what they mean in society so we can better communicate with each other. Everyone has a different experience with every single word that is within our language and our capabilities. We can both look at a word like love, but how we experience love could be in so many different ways. I can look at a word like witch, and for me it is empowering and sacred and full of, casting the will into the world and bringing back abundance and greatness and so many other things. But to someone else, the word witch is someone casting their will into the world, but also could bring about harm and could be tapping into the devil. And so in the same way you want to correct it, it also doesn't have to mean just one thing. It doesn't have to mean just the bad thing, as much as it doesn't have to mean just the good thing. It can be a full range. Every word has a full range of meanings, and that's cool. and I have to check myself a little bit with that. Like, if people are doing almost the exact same stuff, they're doing ritual work under the full moon, then that's great, good for them. Hey, they're tapping into something that's fantastic. Why am I getting pissy because they feel the need to caution with witchcraft? And I see some of the benefits of me getting a little pissy with it, or, you know, maybe if another witch saw those videos and then commented down below saying things like, it is witchcraft, but you do you, boo-boo. Like, you have fun. Like, witchcraft doesn't have to be negative or bad or anything else, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to come on and talk about that real quick, and I will see you guys next time. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bye-bye.